Okay, so in this chest workout, I'm going to be going over a certain rep scheme that I follow for every exercise. So it's not like I show one exercise here, this is how many sets and reps I do for that. Moving on to the next exercise, it's a completely different rep scheme. No, it's going to be the same sets and reps, and it'll pop up in like a minute from now as I start the first exercise, which is weighted dips. And you could pause it, screenshot it there if you want, but it's pretty simple. So by the end of the video, you'll pretty much have it committed to memory. But right here, I'm just doing some quick, some showing off of the chest pump. The lighting here is insane. By the way, the gym is cool with, people taking off their shirt and recording and all that. I had to mention that in the last video. I just don't want people thinking I'm like the elephant in the room or something, which I still low-key am a little bit. But yeah, first exercise, Rhett and Seth scheme here. 4 sets of anything above 12, but it has to be failure. Okay, so that's what that means, above 12 but failure. So specifically what that means is, let's say one day I come in the gym, I'm really well rested, I had a ton of carbs, really good sleep, all that stuff, right? That day my central nervous system output gives me a little bit more gas in the tank, and I hit like 13 or 14 reps. That's fine. Some days it's going to be 12, some days it's going to be 13, 14. I don't really pay too much attention to that. Just hit failure. So one day you'll hit failure and that failure is 14. One day your failure might be 11 because you're not really well rested. You might be fasted. You didn't have any food. So many different variables. So right here, this is already after a few warm-up sets. I never really just jump straight into it, especially when you're going heavy. It's not really good for the joints. But I do like 2 sets of warming up. Starting off with weighted dips, slow, controlled. Wow, as soon as I say slow, I go 500 miles an hour. But typically, I keep it controlled. And I like to have a little 1-second pause at the bottom before I explode back up. That's kind of how, most people do it now because they realize how beneficial it is. So slow on the way down on the eccentric, you're 40% stronger on the eccentric, and then just pop up pretty quickly. So I did 4 sets and then I'll drop set it. I left this in here, this footage in here, so you can actually see like how much time it takes. It's not always going to be a drop set till failure. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned that. But yeah, so you're doing your 4 sets till failure, anything above 12 and failure, and then you're immediately drop setting to do another set till failure. So for weighted dips, if you're dropping the weight lighter, another version of doing that is literally just taking the weight off you. So therefore you're lighter. I only got in like 4 or 5 reps. It's a little bit different with dips because you can't actually like select how much weight you're doing. The lightest you can go is your body weight if you don't have that little assisted dip machine. But yeah, so 4 sets, each one failure, anything above 12 and failure. You do that drop set till failure. And then you do that 4 times and you are burnt out. That's why I only do 3 exercises, is because even after the second exercise, you're already toast. Like your chest is screaming. So next up, this is the incline bench. I don't really go too heavy on here. Flat bench, I'll do like 295, 5 sets of 5. I could do 315 for like 3 sets of 5, but it's really difficult. And on the last set, I'll hit like maybe 4. But right here, I like to go light on incline and just do more like drop sets because I'm trying to get a bigger chest at the moment. So this is only, I think, 185, or 205. I think the heaviest I went was 205. But same rep scheme in mind. I try to keep it slow on the way down. I think I just go crazy here and just start pumping them out. But yeah, so this approach, when you are just hitting everything till failure and then doing a drop set till failure, I have yet to find anything that like kills any muscle group better than this. All those workouts where it's like those Gymshark workouts you see on Instagram where they're like 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12. You can grow doing those. As a noob or someone who's like just new to lifting in general, you could literally just walk past the dumbbell rack and somehow make gains, right? But if you're already like a intermediate or advanced lifter, you have to like beat the shit out of your muscles to grow it. It's like diminishing returns in a sense, where the bigger you get, the stronger you get, the harder it is to make those gains. But yeah, so notice the way I formed this workout though. I started it off with weighted dips, which is kind of the heaviest and hardest thing because like it's a lot of central nervous system output. I have a lot of weight dragging me down, and then I'm doing drop sets on that. Plus I'm trying to now grow my lower chest. So I'm starting with my weak point again. I explained this in my last video. You start with your weak point. For me, it's going to be the decline. I've been hitting incline way too much for the past like 2 years on purpose because it was so further back with its development. So now I'm starting to get more back into developing the pec major, lower chest. So I start with the dips, weak point. Then I go up to the incline bench, which I'm going to work the upper chest. I used to start with that because that was my weak point, but it's kind of proportionate now. And then for the separation, those like inner muscle fibers when you're lean, of the separation of the chest, this really helps develop that as well. So I'll do, I don't even know how many reps I did here. One of the sets for this one, I did like freaking, I don't even know, it was like over 20 reps, and then I drop setted that as well. So all these are 4 sets. This one I typically don't really do that often, but today, man, it was just a good pump. I didn't want to leave. I just kept going. But this is a incline seated chest press machine. I honestly prefer machines over free weights. I used to be a free weight person for like 5 years straight. But recently I just find that finding a fixed motion and just really focusing on that mind-muscle connection, slow on the way down, even slow on the way up if you want, it just makes a huge difference. So yeah, the pump was insane here. That's literally my full chest workout. I tweak it up here and there. The back looks crazier than the chest here in the mirror. Jeez. But that's the full chest workout. I didn't want to make this video too long, but that's pretty much it.